W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we do not.
I went first last week, so.
You did?
Hurry it up. I did.
You sure?
I mean, I'll go first again if you want me to.
I don't think you went first.
Cool, I'll go first. So, shout out to Chillmonger and his 33 MCU Burning Questions live stream. I was a part of this past weekend. Definitely had a good time.
Talking about Ski Davidson.
Had a good time. We're talking about a lot of various topics. It's definitely a good watch. So if you guys get some time, head over to Chillmonger's page and check that out.
I agree. I think because they can't really control the flow of information around these productions, they either never confirm, or they do what you say and have people leak certain pieces of information. So now they're driving the narrative. They're controlling what people are talking about, as opposed to having to fight Mikey Sutton and what's the other guy, Daniel RPK, and all those other leakers and stuff like that. So they don't even engage with trying to fight them. They just try to overpower the narrative, and that's where I think a lot of that stuff comes from.
I agree, brother.
My last dub I have is going to Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan, because it has been officially announced that they are going to be making I Am Legend 2. I'm a little confused, because unless we're going with the alternate ending to I Am Legend, Will Smith is dead.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not going to lie, I was halfway disappointed when I heard that it was going to be Michael B. Jordan, because I just feel like
that's a easy go to.
But he gets all of them. Damn, bro. Like, first of all, let my boy direct. Let my dude direct.
Yeah.
Let him get out from in front of the camera and get behind it, because I think he has some talent there. But I could have seen Jonathan Majors. Yalin Noel. I could have seen Aldous Hodge looked like Will Smith's younger big brother. I don't know what the premise of the movie is. Yeah, so I don't know how young or how old.
You don't know if it's supposed to be Will Smith's
son or something like that. Yeah, so I have no clue. But I am hyped that the movie's going to be made, because I Am Legend is one of my favorite Will Smith movies. So
it was a good one.
For sure. I'm definitely down for that. On to the negativity. I got to give an L out to Jawan and the boys, man. I have to give an L out to Michigan basketball, because what I witnessed in the first round of the Big Ten tournament on Thursday, bruh, I never want to see out of Michigan basketball again. I can't really explain the process of what was happening during that game to me physically and emotionally. Like, watching a 17-point lead dissipate, literally only scoring, what was it, 5 points in the entire second half?
That sounds about right.
Like, through 18 minutes of basketball, 5 points. They scored like 2 field goals. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. And it was very hard to watch because I've seen that Jawan is the type of coach, he's not a hand holder. So he's not going to call a bunch of timeouts. If somebody's having a bad game, he doesn't necessarily sub them out and sit them the rest of the game. Like, he's a ride with you kind of coach. But that just did not serve us in this game at all. At all. Like, watching fucking Devontae Jones turn the fucking ball over and over again. I love you, bro. But that was not the game for you to be playing in, fam. Yeah. It was just butterfingers all over the fucking place. He could not hang on. And then all of these niggas kept falling. All of y'all on the ground. I'm like, we are not fucking swimming. Okay? Get the hell up. Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up.
As you can see, I've not completely gotten over that atrocious game. And it was to Indiana, too. It was to, like, a team that you should have stomped a mud hole in. You were up by 17 for a reason.
Damn, bro.
So I'm hoping we get a better showing in the actual tournament. You know, I think they've done enough work during the regular season to get in, but that was embarrassing. That was not a very good showing by anybody. Yeah. Juwan Howard's first game back since the suspension, so was not happy with that. So now on to the grand finale.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got to call Mr. Roland Martin to the table, because I don't understand, fam. I checked twice just to make sure that I wasn't getting ready to jump off a cliff, but Yeah, no, I don't understand, fam. So I'm perusing Twitter as I usually do when I have nothing else to do, and I stumble upon a thread of, believe it or not, Theo B having a conversation with Roland Martin.
Shout out Theo B.
Shout out Theo B, man. He talks about stuff and he gets it done. Like,
results.
You be listening to him sometimes, like, all right, Theo, I don't think they're gonna respond to you, and then lo and behold, here this nigga go. So he's having an exchange with him, and he asked him very point blank about, because I think they got into it about Ryan Coogler and maybe a video he made about it, and again, like, if that's what y'all taking out of people being upset around this, that we're attacking Ryan, or that would, like, you know, we're trying to compare this to it was very lame brain to me to even take it there. But
it's not like people are so blinded by their efforts to
recast that we don't realize that was a serious situation.
Yeah.
We're asking people like yourself why Thursday was the first time we heard you talk about this. Asking why the $1 billion media corporation couldn't have gotten the story out and maybe put some pressure on Bank of America to apologize a little sooner. But, hey, you know, I guess those aren't questions that we should ask, right? We should stay in our goddamn place and just wait for Roland Martin to give us information on what we should be focusing on, right? Mm-hmm. So Theo then asked him very directly about the petition that's going on. Now, folks, if anybody follows us, follows E-Man, follows Theo, follows D-Real, follows Kaiserco, anybody involved in recasting, right? Y'all have seen the clip of Roland Martin talking about Chadwick Boseman's final days, talking about a text message that Chadwick Boseman sent to him about wanting to see the character and not the role.
It's always tough when we lose someone people greatly respected. But the value of the work really means that they live forever. And that was one of the things that when Chadwick Boseman and I were texting, this was April last year. He had been ill, but people were commenting on his weight loss. And he said to me, and I didn't reveal this until after he died, but he said in the text, I want them to see the role and not see me. He said, that is the job of an actor. Right. Where it's not about me. It's about the role. Right. And people remember the role and what you did with it.
We have all repeated that mantra. We have all repeated that moniker. We have all reposted that damn video of him saying that on Roland Martin Unfiltered.
There are two like big viral clips that I can remember. Oh, no, three viral clips that I can remember of Recast Tchalla as a whole. There's Grace Randolph in her original remarks. Yep. There's Nate Moore. Yep. And then there's this.
I have tagged you in post. I've watched E-Man ask you to bring him on the show to talk about this several times. I've seen random people tagging you in things, asking you to bring him on Roland Martin Unfiltered to speak about this. You mean to tell me that there are viral clips of you talking about Chadwick Boseman that are directly linked to a petition that has 60,000 signatures, or pretty close to 60,000 signatures, and you know nothing about it? You know nothing. So you interact with, and no disrespect to Theo, but you interact with a person who doesn't have a very large following on Twitter about this very subject, right? You're that in tune to your Twitter account to do that, but not in tune enough to see this petition going on for the last 2 years.
Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. It's a lie.
You're a liar.
You're capping.
You're a liar. You're a liar. And so when people sit up here and say, why don't you just let Disney make their movie? Why don't you just watch it and see how it's going to be and just let it happen? These people are liars. They are liars. I can't respect that, man. Like, if you have a certain interest to protect because you are in the media apparatus and you don't want to go at Disney or any of the the black faces that have gotten on board with this anti-recast effort, Anthony Mackie, Lupita Nyong'o, all of those people, right? If that's what it is, say that. The platform has certain interests to protect. Just be honest, man. Just be honest. I'm not stupid. Okay? I'm not dumb. I'm not going to sit up here and give you the benefit of the doubt just for giving you the benefit of the doubt's sake. You are an intelligent person. You are very obviously plugged in and in tune to your own social media. You are a lie if you tell me that you didn't know anything about this petition. It just doesn't make sense. That's illogical. To be so in tune that you can see somebody tweeting you about Ryan Coogler, but not about this petition. Not about the hashtag that ended up on MSNBC and Rolling Stone and TMZ and all,
or all of the retweets that you yourself have received.
That's a lie, fam. It's just a lie.
Yep.
It's a lie. I'm interested to see who else calls that out as a lie. I won't call out any names. I'm not going to put anything on anybody to say anything that they don't want to say. But damn, if I was leading something and one of the individuals who I was reaching out to, one of the individuals whose words I was using to propel my movement, hit me with a new phone. Who this? Hey, listen. I'm not sitting up here telling nobody that they got to say anything. I'm for damn sure ain't gonna let niggas stun on me like that.
Yeah. Especially when it's reached almost 60,000 people.
You're lying, bro. I understand not wanting to attack Ryan Coogler, not wanting to attack Nate Moore, but criticism is not attacking.
Yep.
Some of y'all have forgotten that.
A lot of people
giving criticism is not an attack.
I'd be willing to say most people have forgotten that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So Roland, man, I can't rock with you when you doing this shit. That's you doing Hollywood, no, you're doing
protect my political connects.
Yeah, that type of shit. And you know what? The reason why I stopped fucking with Roland Martin is completely unrelated to this, but it completely it lines up with that kind of attitude. Look, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make some people uncomfortable, but a lot of these people shedding these tears over Chadwick Boseman are doing it to advance their own careers. And why people are so uncomfortable with saying that or calling it out, I don't know. I did not know Chadwick Boseman. Didn't know him. I'm saddened that he is no longer on this earth because he was a fantastic actor, husband, brother. He was just, for all accounts that we've learned about him, he was a great person. But I am not going to lie to you and say that I bawled and I cried tears for days over Chadwick Boseman. I didn't know him. It hit me in the moment. It was very sad. I may have cried then, but these people, man, they worked with him. Think about the people that you worked with. But they cry if you died. I know that sounds morbid, but regardless of how great a person you are or influence that you had on those people's lives, think about the people that you worked with. What? Because when you really boil it down, that's what this is, man. They worked with him. They interviewed him a few times. They might have had his number because they did some work together before. Like, y'all trust these people's their anguish more than his own brother. That's sick. You care more about their feelings and their grief as coworkers than you do about the fact that Disney has never considered Chadwick's blood in any of this. And they're assuming over his legacy and how he's remembered as T'Challa. Not one time have they ever, you know why I know that they haven't? Because they haven't pulled it out. I'd be waving that motherfucker around like the magic stick it is.
1,000%.
Chadwick Boseman family is 100% on board with our direction that we're going with this movie. And they're on board.
Yep.
They can't do that because they haven't even reached out. And that's disgusting. That's disgusting that you're sitting up here talking about honoring this man and you haven't considered his family not one time. I guess a conversation between a director and an executive producer is enough for somebody that you care about. I'm talking to you, Roland, now. That is enough for you, for somebody's legacy that you claim to care about. To the point that you're going to sit up here and pretend that it's not happening. That people aren't fighting to get this person's legacy preserved instead of retired. And you're going to sit up here and talk like you don't know what's going on. That is it for my dubs and L's.
All right. I have 2 dubs. First one's going to go to Trek Manifest.
Shout out to Trek.
Trek actually had his music reviewed by T-Pain on T-Pain's Twitch channel.
What?
No, this was months ago.
Okay.
But he just did it again and shared it on his Twitter channel or Twitter page.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Shout out to the home squad, man. Shout out to Trek, man.
Yeah, T-Pain is apparently in love with Trek's music, which is dope. That's dope. I also want to give a dub to the Cool Kids. I know I've talked to you about this off air. The Cool Kids actually recently dropped an album, I think about 2 weeks ago, which if you haven't been paying attention, they've actually dropped, I think, 3 albums within the last 4 or 5 years.
I have not been paying attention at all. I didn't know the Cool Kids were still a thing.
Right. Because I think they went off and did their own things for a little while. Mm-hmm. They were both dropping like solo albums, and then they finally came back, and they're still killing it. Like their sound is still true to them quite a bit, but it also works for this newer era. So it's just kind of dope to kind of see how that all.
They always kind of felt like a tandem that was a little ahead of their time.
Yeah,
like the sound was a little ahead of their time.
But it's also true to like almost old school too.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like this retro sound that just sounds kind of new and innovative.
It's like Thundercat.
Yeah.
It's like Thundercat.
Yeah.
I like Thundercat. I stumbled on what song is that?
Dragon Ball Durag?
No, Nobody Move. There's blood on the floor.
That is also a good one. I can't remember what the title is.
Find my heart. That's my shit.
You
I
heard
love
Dragon
that
Ball
song.
Durag though?
I haven't heard it yet. No.
Dragon Ball Durag is. You gotta see the video too. The video is fucking hilarious. First L goes to people who assume that Columbus is still a small town. I ran across a tweet, and I don't think the tweet meant any kind of malice about Columbus. But the tweet said something along the lines of Columbus is like the biggest small town. Like we're the 14th biggest city in America.
Oh, we slipped. I thought it was 13.
I think we were 15 at one point. We became 14. So we're growing. We're the second biggest city in the Midwest, next to Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Bigger than cities like Baltimore, Boston, Miami,
Boston,
Vegas,
Miami, Las Vegas.
Like we got to get rid of this. Columbus is a small town. Bigger than Cleveland, which I'm tired of Cleveland.
Well, first of all, we need to establish dominance here in Ohio first, because around Ohio it seems to be a little bit of confusion. I'm talking to y'all down in the Natty and up north in the land. It's here. It's the reason why we in the city. You know what I'm saying? So first, soft flex on the state. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And now we can address the rest of the nation.
Here's the part that pisses me off about Cleveland is Cleveland will play this game where the greater Cleveland area is bigger than the greater Columbus area.
First of all, the greater Cleveland area includes Parma and all that other shit. Right?
They also try to include Akron in the greater Cleveland area.
No, hell no, that don't count. First of all, Akron is its own thing.
They will do that. That's what pisses me off about it.
The greater Cleveland area.
Stop
Get
it.
the hell on.
Stop
Get
it.
the hell on. First of all, it's bad enough that y'all city carved up the way it is anyways.
Yeah.
Because boy, But my experience from Cleveland, I didn't know that white people existed in Cleveland until I was like 11 years old. That's how segregated it is.
1,000%.
West Side is, whites, Puerto Ricans. East Side is where all your black people are at.
Yep. And East Cleveland is its own city now, so I guess that's
Right.
not even part of Cleveland.
So.
Which East Cleveland, yikes. Anyway, yeah, no, that shit pisses me off because it's like, no, our city is bigger than yours. We are the city in Ohio. Relax.
Chill out.
Relax. On to my next L. Shit pisses me off too. I think I just came on to the podcast maybe a couple of weeks ago and said how annoyed I was with DNA as a battle rapper.
Right.
It's looking like they're setting up DNA versus Loaded Lux. And I couldn't be even more annoyed because the battle that everybody wants to see is Loaded Lux versus Daylight. It's a battle that's been sitting in front of everybody's faces for the better part of, I think, 10 years at this point.
I might download Caffeine and watch that one.
Loaded Lux versus Daylight is the battle that everybody wants to see because when Daylight actually shows up, he's probably one of the best. And so is Loaded Lux, obviously. Yeah, I don't want to fucking see Loaded Lux versus DNA before I get that battle. DNA is not worthy of that battle more than Daylight. Give me Loaded Lux versus Daylight.
DNA gonna bar you up, bro.
DNA is garbage. I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. Maybe I'm just still jaded from that Biden commercial, but
that was super cringy.
You know what I mean?
He probably thought he was doing a good thing. He right,
no.
Yeah, I help you out, Joe.
Oh, he wasn't the only one in there. Charlie Clips was also in that video.
Woo! Yeah, we forget about Charlie Clips being in that video, don't we?
Charlie Clips isn't as active anymore. Charlie Clips used to be one of the greatest too, and he's downgraded quite a bit. He isn't taking battle rapping seriously, but he was in that video as well. So
that wilding out money. He acting like Hitman and Conceited.
Yep. Which Conceited might also come back hopefully soon. So I want to see a battle between him and I don't know if you've heard of Rum Nitty.
Yeah, I know Rum Nitty.
Okay, I desperately want to see Conceited versus Rum Nitty. Desperately. Who else would I want to see? That and Loaded Lux versus Daylight. Those are the two battles I want to see really badly.
Sure.
Next L. This is a slight L. This is almost borderline toss up.
Mm-hmm.
It's borderline toss up, but I gotta edge it to the side of the L. YouTube is getting an L from me.
Uh-oh.
Because apparently, let me make sure I get the actual article up. YouTube is offering, here we go. YouTube wants more podcasters to film their shows, reportedly offering individual content creators $50,000.
Wait, do what now? They're hiring content creators to film their television shows that they're making?
They want podcasters to film their podcasts and bring them to YouTube. And they're offering now. Actually,
no. Wait. Oh, so you mean like they're talking to Joe Rogan and they want him to bring his show to the YouTube platform, like something like that kind of thing? No. Like you're going to be a YouTube employee.
Now they're obviously gunning for the more like big podcasts.
Who are they offering 50,000? Hello.
Here's the problem.
Hello.
Here's the problem. They gave, I think, Logan.
Is this thing on?
That's my point. They gave Logan Paul, I think, 6 digits. They gave you remember the Antonio Brown interview that was done on Full Send. They gave those guys like 6 digits. So and reportedly,
hello.
And reportedly, they're giving people $50,000. Look, fam, we did.
Give me that.
We did this years ago, fam.
50 stacks.
We did this years ago.
I get that. What you mean? Bring a podcast? Hello.
Like we very literally started off as a audio podcast and have become a YouTube podcast.
That is nuts.
Where's our 10K?
We started this. You know who? Everybody just be robbing us, bro. Versus be robbing us. Power be taking my ideas. You know what I'm saying? Bel Air literally like snuck into my brain and crafted the fucking story arcs for all the characters out of here. Who else be stealing from us? Now YouTube literally watched us. They said, you know what?
That's a good idea.
It's a good
dude.
idea. 50 bands for the next person to do it. No, not them. We're learning from TikTok. We just steal from them and then we give it to somebody else.
TikTok is actually increasing their video lengths to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So look, YouTube, I hate to do this to you, but we might have to make a move over to TikTok. If y'all ain't offering the 50K
absolutely not.
bag.
No, we will not be. We will not. I can declare. Well, you know what? Yes, let them sweat it out. Yeah, we might move to TikTok. Yeah, I might give my data to the Chinese government. Maybe.
Or maybe we make it all live and move over to Twitch. Just saying. We'll see. I need to speak with whoever is in charge of podcasting now.
Like, there's so many of them that's already here. Like, I'm just thinking about fucking Abba and Preach, Playback, Duke and Don. There are already several podcasts. Comic Book Herald is literally a podcast that's on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. Twitter is starting a podcast tab apparently. So, look, whoever's in charge of podcasting now at YouTube,
it's a booming
industry,
right? So a lot of people are trying to find their way in, but I feel like what they're trying to do, it's already there. Like, it already exists. And anytime people, like companies, try to, I guess, rebrand something and try to control it, it doesn't usually go well. As versus.
Facts.
Like, you're trying to do something that's already there instead of innovating something. You're trying to rebrand something as yours, and you can't own everything. Capitalism has taught companies that they can just grab stuff and own it. And I would argue that the age that capitalism birthed with technology and social media has made concepts too elusive to own like that. Mm-hmm. If something is already established, you don't get to just grab it up now and call it yours and make money off of it. It don't work like that.
Yep.
Especially in podcast platforms. So good luck, because it's not like companies haven't already tried to do this, i.e. Spotify. Mm-hmm. Ask them what they thinking about Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? So
Joe Biden. Jesus Christ, I was thinking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, no, Joe Budden.
Too many Joes.
Ask them what they thinking about that. Right about now.
For sure. Yeah, no. If YouTube is both making a push in YouTube podcasting and YouTube Black, which I keep seeing ads for every now and then.
What the fuck is YouTube Black?
They're a little hashtag that they have for Black creators.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
They have a class every year. You never seen that?
So you take the dislike button away so that all the we can't, get the racist channels out of here. Because if you take the dislike button away, that's going to make everything fair in the algorithm, right? No, it just makes the fringe, cringy ass takes look like they're more mild now.
Yeah.
Because we only get to see the likes on that shit now. But so you take that away, but now, oh yeah, let's bring up the Black creators. So how does that balance out? So we got Alex Jones.
That's a problem with a lot of different social media platforms.
All your alt-righters over here growing their anti-Black platforms while you're trying to highlight Black content creators. How does that work, YouTube? How you
Speaking of which, this is actually right along with the topic. So the guys that I just told you about that got like 6 digits, I think they're the Nelk Boys, mm-hmm. Who have the Full Sin podcast.
Yeah.
They just had Donald Trump as a guest on there.
Shut the hell up.
And YouTube removed the video.
Really?
YouTube removed the video.
Oh, because he's banned, huh?
YouTube.
He's banned from YouTube?
I guess. I know he was banned from Twitter.
Twitter, yeah. I didn't think he was banned from YouTube.
Yeah, but Donnie Trump Jr., announced that they removed the video off of YouTube.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not think that this media ice out for Donald Trump was going to last, but it has lasted a lot longer.
Yeah.
It has lasted a lot longer than I thought it actually would.
Mm-hmm.
They have essentially frozen him out of everything that's not Alex Jones or Fox News,
and forced him to make his own platform that the only people who will care about are already people who are on his side. So.
Yeah, so that's surprising.
Yeah. My last L is going to go to the grand jury who decided to not press charges against the officer. I think it's Officer Reardon, who shot and killed Mikey Bryant.
Still blaming the DA with the terrible hairline there for all of that. That's transpiring. So that was a federal grand jury, huh? So that was the federal part that they were still.
I think
Is
so.
it?
I think so.
Okay, so yeah, that
sounds right.
That's terrible, man. And again, similar to what we were talking about in our Black content creators video that we made. It's a zero-sum game, man.
Yeah.
It gets hard to talk about that kind of stuff because it just doesn't ever feel like anything changes.
I would agree. It is March, so I'm expecting at any point to hear something about the case with Andre Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking up right now just to see if there is anything so far, and I'm not seeing anything yet, but it's supposedly supposed to go down in March, so we'll see. Any other thoughts, Dubs, L's?
That's it for me, man. Give us your thoughts. Give us your dubs and L's from the week in the comments below. And make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Make sure you check out our playlist full of all the other dubs and L's from previous weeks. Make sure you get caught up. And make sure you subscribe. We like to do this every Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned.